All right, everybody, and welcome back to 20 to Midnight, the Dungeons & Dragons stream, where three heroes have to race against the clock if they want to save the world. This is our first episode for 2023. We're super excited to be back with you. My name is Gabriel Urbina. I am the Dungeon Master. Everything that happens is my fault forever and always.
Hi everybody, Happy New Year. I'm Beth Eyre, I'm here in London, and I'm playing Helena Hailstorm, a fighter from the Ryldran Empire.
Hi everyone, I am Emma Sherr-Ziarko. I am furiously posting on the Instagram as we speak because I totally forgot. And I am here in Santa Fe, New Mexico, the land of enchantment, and I play Cal, aka Calistoga Vance, who is from, for all intents and purposes, Boss Serenov.
Yes, and hello, my name is Mike Schubert. I am coming to you from New York. I did it. I'm back. Where in the world is he?
In the
He's
world.
back in New York for now. But yeah, here in New York City, I play Satus and Kurtim, who is a big nerd that likes books and theater and history.
That's right. And bagpipes. Don't forget the bagpipes.
And bagpipes, because he's a
bagpipes.
bard, obviously. I would say,
Yeah.
Of course. Indeed.
Yeah. So when last we left our heroes, they had gotten themselves in a couple of picadillos and had managed to get themselves out of a couple of those picadillos. They'd made some deals with creepy fae creatures that I'm sure will never come back to bite them in the ass. They went to explore an ancient dungeon and overcame 3 trials. They fought off against the main minion of their vampire archenemy and finally dusted them for good. And when everything finished, they were finally able to release the Ryldran, these 3 mystical objects that they've been carrying around for a couple sessions now, and discovered that they were in fact a gold dragon egg, a silver dragon egg, and a bronze dragon egg. And these 3 little wormlings have now fully hatched and are with our heroes. Some quick housekeeping, though, before we jump back into the action. You guys have all leveled up now. You're now level 5, right?
Let's go. It's exciting and true.
What
Yeah.
has changed? What can you guys do now that you weren't able to do before?
Let's see. My health went up a good chunk, which is very important.
Good. You're gonna need that.
I'm gonna need that because I've needed it in the past as well and just haven't had it. I also learned a new spell, which I won't spoil yet because it's super fun. I can cast some of my things now at level 3, which has cool effects.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got some pluses and stuff. My performance modifier is now plus 11. So
What?
Ridiculous.
Catch me in the club trying to convince Gabrielle that everything is performance for the rest of the game. Yeah, when I jump over this chasm, it feels like I'm performing the long jump. So
I'm trying to impress Helena and Cal, so really it's a performance.
Really, it's a performance when I do this attack, when you think about it.
Uh-huh. God, bards are insufferable.
How? That's so high. That's such a high modifier.
I love it.
It's amazing.
Beth and Emma, what can you guys do now that you are level 5?
Well, I'm just looking now. I think the only thing that really changed for me is that I have some level 3 spells.
How's your performance skill?
My performance is it's not bad. It's plus 4.
Hey.
My intimidation and deception are plus 7, so that's pretty good.
That's nice.
That is good to know. That's good to remember. I remember like when we first made these characters, I think Mike and I had actually picked a lot of the same like proficiency skills.
I think so, yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna change some of mine because after we'd played for a while, it was like, oh no, he's definitely way better at talking to people. I just come in and like am like, I'm gonna throw fire at you.
Compelling in its own way.
It is. It's somewhat, charismatic in its own way. But yeah, I think that's it. My health went up a bit as well, which is excellent.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Yeah, but mainly Helena has higher health, which is great.
Good.
And the ability to attack more often, which is
Nice.
yeah,
Even
nice.
more deadly.
Ooh.
Yeah, bigger and better and back.
Perhaps not as deadly as Cal when she is possessed by spirits from the past, but still extremely deadly.
Yeah, or the curator in the future. We'll see.
Oy, oy.
We'll see.
We'll see. But yeah, it's been too long. I'm super excited.
It's been quite some time.
Well, let's waste no more time. Let's jump on in as we resume the action as we come back in from our mid-season break. We are picking up the action right where we were. Satus, you were the first one to regain consciousness after the flash of light that accompanied the cracking sound from the lava stream that was flowing down into the Ryldran. Cal and Helena, you are right behind them as you just sort of flicker back into consciousness as you sort of see Satus, you have a gold dragon. They're all about the size of a small dog on top of your chest, kind of examining your face. Helena and Cal, yours are respectively sort of nudging your arm and kind of curled up at your side. Helena, you have a silver dragon, and Cal, you have a bronze dragon. What are we doing? Talk to me.
Whoa, guys.
Dragons.
Incredible. I was not expecting this. I thought these were just rocks. They're eggs.
This is so cool.
We have dragons.
We have dragons.
What do we do?
I don't know.
Me neither. Are any of us... what's our animal handling skills? Anyone? Who's the best at dragon knowledge?
Mine's
Mine's +4.
Yeah,
Mine-
the gold
yeah,
dragon.
probably
The gold
you.
dragon,
Yeah.
Mike, is kind of staring at your face. Small streams of smoke rising from its nostrils. The silver dragon is kind of looking at you, Helena, with a quizzical expression, as if trying to puzzle out what these sounds are. The bronze dragon, Cal, is continuing to nudge your arm with increasingly aggressive insistence, almost as if kind of waiting, as if trying to get you to get up and start doing things already.
Okay, fine. And I'll sit up and just try to like hold my hand out like you do to a cat and let it sniff you.
All right, let's roll me on that animal handling check, please.
Okay. Ooh, that's a big 10.
A big 10. A big 10.
A big 10.
Yeah. The dragon will bite your finger. Not quite strongly enough to pierce the skin or do any real damage, but it very clearly immediately assumed that these things at the end of your hand were treats for it.
No, these are mine. This is part of my body. Please don't bite me.
It twirls its head from side to side, looking at you as if trying to puzzle out this no word that you are telling it.
Look, I know it's in your nature, I think, from everything I've heard, but please don't. No.
This might be a good moment for everyone to do me a very quick history check to see what exactly you know about dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Because they've been extinct from this world for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a 1.
Oh no!
The big history boy. It was a 1 + 8, but I rolled a 1.
Cut to the flashback where, like all his schoolmates are like, Satus, are you really blowing off this class? It's dragons. Why would I ever need to know anything about dragons? Come on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to my room to sleep.
I
got
got 12.
And I got 11.
Effectively, you know that dragons existed. And that they're gonna get a lot bigger, and that they are different kinds of dragons, and that different kinds of them can breathe different things. I think, Helena, with your role, you have probably seen in a museum or perhaps a palace somewhere in Veldria, a reassembled dragon skeleton, the way that we see sort of T-Rex skeletons, and you know that it is going to get quite large. But beyond that, you're a little bit flying blind here. You also sort of know that there have been no sightings of living dragons, or no confirmed sightings of living dragons, for well over 1,000 years, but you're very fuzzy on, is it 1,000 years? Is it 2,000 years? Is it 20,000 years? Yeah, like, we're a little bit out to sea on what the situation is there.
Okay. Excellent. I want to feed mine.
I know. Let's see.
What do we have? We probably don't have much.
Helena, the silver dragon that is the one curled up next to you seems to be the most, let's call it laid back out of the bunch. It still has not done much besides sort of just like very patiently staring up at you as if trying to puzzle out what you're doing.
Okay, well, I'm going to let it sniff my hand if it wants to.
Right, let's roll me that animal handling check.
Okay. 14 minus 1 for 13.
It will sniff your hand, and then after a moment, affectionately lick your fingers.
Satus sees this and he tries to do the same. He reaches out the hand for a sniffing and potential licking.
All right, roll me that check, please.
That is a 6 + 4 for a 10.
It takes longer for the dragon to decide that this is a snack than the bronze one did with Cal. It sort of is really quizzical for a moment, and then it also bites down on your fingers.
Okay, well, this can be a teaching moment, not a snack. Part of me. We'll get there.
The bronze dragon is looking over to what's going on with the silver dragon, then back at you, Cal, then back towards the silver dragon, then back at you, Cal. And then we'll sort of, like, bounce up and down as if, sort of saying, like, okay, let's try again.
Okay.
It bites your hand again.
No! No! This is
tricky.
This is adorable, but painful. Even though he bit me, I still want to give him a treat. Oh, let's see. What do I have?
Yeah, you have some bread, you have some salted meat, you have some cheese, you have maybe a couple of fruit that you've picked along the side of the road. You kind of have, like very, very basic road snacks. Like, it's just like a step above hardtack, really.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think I'm going to tear off like a little piece of cured meat and hold it out for him.
Roll me a... No, you don't even need to roll here.
Okay.
You sort of turn to your pack, you pull out this meat, you tear off the little piece, and as you turn back, you find all 3 dragons now sitting in front of you, staring up at you.
Okay. I'm going to take the meat back out, and I'm going to tear off 2 more pieces and toss one to Satus and one to Helena.
The gold and silver dragons respectively dart back towards
Yeah.
your 2 companions.
And then I will hold out my little piece of meat to my little bronze guy.
It will happily snatch it up and chow down on it.
Good. And then I will hold out my hand again very tentatively. It's probably a terrible idea.
Roll me that animal handling check.
Okay. Ooh, that's pretty good. 17.
Yeah, with a 17, it will for a while bounce, sort of like back and forth, looking to hands, sort of looking for where is this new piece of cured meat that you are now giving me? And it will then like sniff your hand very intensely, and then finally will lick it. Although you perhaps deep down suspect that it may perhaps just be getting some of that leftover meat flavor from your fingers.
It's fine. I'll take it.
Yeah. What's next?
Do I mean, I also want to try to feed my little guy.
Yeah.
The gold dragon chows down very eagerly on the meat. As it does, you actually see the meat starting to sizzle a little bit as steam from its nostrils sort of goes down into it.
Okay. All right.
Helena,
Interesting.
your dragon, actually, if you do feed it the piece of meat, which do we?
Yeah, I kind of wanted to see if I could kind of throw it to him, to her, and if she could catch it.
Yeah, actually, this is a good point. This is something that I told you guys offline, but we should now say out loud. The gold dragon and the silver dragon are both female dragons, whereas the bronze dragon is a male dragon. The silver dragon tries to catch the meat, but it's sort of, it's not quite as agile as it wants to be. And it sort of, ends up like bounding into the air, misses the meat, and then the concept of a landing is still an alien one to this creature. It kind of just spills into the ground and sort of rolls over, and then sort of, gangly stands back up on unsteady legs.
Oh, that's okay. I'm gonna just help her get it now, because that was cool.
It's really cute.
As it eats its respective piece of meat, you actually see a little bit of frost forming on the meat as the dragon eats it.
Oh, wow.
Ice dragon.
Ooh.
Funny I knew anything about ice. Okay.
And did you say that there was steam coming out of the gold dragon?
Out of the gold dragon, yes.
I appear to have
Okay.
a fire dragon.
Yeah. I turned to my bronze guy. I'm like, okay, what are you, little buddy?
It stares
What
up
can
at you as if
Yeah,
waiting for
yeah.
more meat.
Oh, you're so cute. Okay, I'm gonna try to pet him.
Roll me that animal handling check.
Okay. Oh, no, that's bad. 4.
Yeah, you take 1 point of damage from this bite.
Okay, all right. I accept that.
But it's not aggressive. It is, if anything, sort of very boundful and playful. Think
Yeah.
Think overeager puppy more than sort of any
Yeah.
sense of maliciousness or any sense of even being scared of you.
Totally.
It does not yet have a great sense of how sharp those things in its mouth are, and they're quite sharp.
Yeah. Ow. Buddy. Please don't do that again. I'm just trying to bond with you.
I think that we can sort of say that probably for the next little while there is a lot more of this. And if this was the movie, we would perhaps see like the montage covering the next hour
of dragons.
as you slowly
Yes.
kind of, like build a little bit of a rapport, build a little bit of confidence between you and the dragons. And just to kind of like abstract how this is going for everyone, can I just have like animal handling checks from everyone, please?
Sure.
Just so that we don't spend 3 hours just gradually doing this.
That would be a natural 20 plus
Oh.
4 on top of that.
Whoa.
All it took was us sharing a meal, and now we're bonded.
The bronze dragon is a little bit tougher, as I rolled a 5.
All right, very good.
And after initially a strong start, I got a 2 minus 1.
Oh my.
Whoa.
That.
Well, I'm just having a great time.
Yeah. So I think that after like maybe like 2 hours, you are kind of in this place where, Helena and Helena, you're largely staring at the silver dragon that is doing very little other than lying on the ground and looking at you with sort of that like blank, curious expression. Cal, you are mostly dealing with this bronze dragon sort of nipping at your heels and trying to sort of, like straighten it out. Although, again, it's very playful, affectionate energy coming from the dragon. And then the camera pans to the left where Satus is playing fetch with the gold dragon. And is beginning to sort of, teach it to do some like very basic tricks.
Yeah. Typical.
With
Makes sense that animals would like Satus.
I also would like to remind you that that you are doing all of this in basically a room that is overlooking a river of lava.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
the
yeah,
heat
yeah.
is
What
perhaps
the scene.
starting to get to you.
Yeah, maybe it's time to try to get these guys out of here.
Mm-hmm.
The gold dragon seems to be especially comfortable here. Helena, you maybe suspect that part of the silver dragon's lethargy may just come from not liking the environment.
Yeah, a bit overheated. Yeah.
Hmm.
Let's
How's
get
How's the bronze dragon doing?
Leaping,
It's okay.
nipping at you, energetic.
Okay. Hey, buddy. Want to get out of here? The whole world isn't like this, I promise.
It bounds up and down, seemingly very enthusiastic about whatever food you're about to give it.
Yeah. Fine. I think Cal has just been like going through her food supplies.
Right, like the roast ham has been reduced.
Yeah.
All right, then, I think we we make our way out with our new dragon friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you sort of start to walk away, Cal and Satus, the gold and bronze dragons, sort of very easily trot along to keep up with you. Helena, that silver dragon is just lying there.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try and pick her up.
Yeah,
How doable is that?
she allows herself to be picked up. Yeah.
Okay, put her here and see if we can go along like that for a bit.
Yeah, she actually sort of rearranges herself slightly and then is curled up around your shoulders and like a little perch there she finds there in your armor.
Okay, let's go.
So cute.
You arrive quickly back at the bridge that leads out of this chamber, which I remind you is now a invisible bridge.
Right.
Of course.
The dragons stare down and then stare back up at you in the universal, expression of, you have got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna scoop up my gold friend and put her on my shoulder.
Yeah, I'm gonna scoop up Bronzy and
yeah, that's
him on my shoulder, too.
that's gonna be an animal handling check for both of you.
Sure.
On this
All right,
scooping.
Yep.
that's fair.
That is a 6 + 4 for a 10 for me.
God. Another 5.
Yeah, these dragons squirm and sort of, manage to avoid your scooping up attempts, sensing that you are scooping them up to walk them into a void of lava and nothingness.
Okay. I'm going to walk out onto the invisible bridge so that I'm standing there
On you.
and looking at the dragon being like, see?
The bronze dragon looks at you and then takes a couple of very tentative paws into the empty space and sort of feels around.
Come on, buddy. Come here.
And after a moment, it's like, oh, I get it. I can walk on this. And then it sort of darts forward and even, like, darts past you and starts bounding around the invisible bridge.
Okay. Be careful.
Yeah, I was actually about
It's
to
not
say.
all.
Like,
Yeah, it's not all.
Oh, that's good. He just rolled a natural 20 on his reflex save.
Ooh.
As one particular bound, he comes down, and it's very clear that one of his claws finds empty air instead of the bridge that he was expecting. So there's a tiny bit of a scramble, but he's able to kind of get back on the bridge, and then just very kind of cautiously walks the rest of the way to the solid ground on the other side.
And I'll run over to him and make sure he's okay.
He is okay. He's now a little bit more receptive to your attention than he perhaps was before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay, buddy. You're fine.
Helena and Satus, what are we doing? The silver dragon is sort of, you can feel him tensing around your neck, Helena. Just because he's not on the ground does not mean that he is not resistant to this idea of stepping into nothingness.
Okay, then I'm going to try and reassure her as best I can. A little bit of stroking, a little bit of reassurance. Promise it's going to be okay. Let's just slowly walk out. You can see what your brother, query, is doing.
I think that this will be a persuasion check.
Oh, great. I'm great at persuading dragons to do stuff. Darn it. That's a 2 + 6 for an 8.
She tenses further and further on your neck.
Okay. Let's just one step. See?
She makes sort of this like scared screeching sound. It's actually quite painful since she is right around your ears.
I know. Mummy actually was very scared initially coming across this. It's fine. No. It's fine.
Another sort of like scared screech.
Okay. What if we just get down very low to the ground? How about we have a little bit of meat just ahead of us?
that is effective as a persuasion and distraction tactic.
Yeah.
And we just edge into invisible nothing with a little bit of meat just ahead of us. Oh, nearly got it. Just ahead of us. Going on to count. Dragons are a lot.
Yeah, this works. You're able to silence the scared dragon as it makes its way across this river of lava. And by now, Satus, having now seen both of these attempts, the gold dragon is now sort of like pawing forward and finding sort of the edges of the invisible bridge.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I think that if you tried to walk it across, it would now be more receptive to this idea and would be more understanding of what you're doing.
Come on, girl. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. It's all an illusion. It's a very normal bridge. It just doesn't look like one. Come on, you'll be fine.
Yeah, she follows suit and ends up walking a little bit behind you and like retracing your steps, but she makes it across the bridge.
Sweet.
All right. You are now across the bridge, and with that, back in the room with the all the different objects on the table and the big suit of armor and the mirror. The temperature has gone considerably down from the lava chamber.
Cool.
Which actually makes the gold dragon a little bit slower and a little bit chiller, whereas the silver dragon perks up considerably, but pointedly very much stays on your shoulders, Helena.
Hi, buddy.
And I look down. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's all.
I look down at the bronze dragon. You doing pretty much the same?
Pretty much the same. He is gnawing on the on a leg of the table, just like.
Hey! Not everything is food. Not everything is food.
He looks up at you.
And I give him a piece of cheese.
Reassuring his behavior. All he knows is food.
I know. I'm such a bad dragon mom.
He gives you this look of I've only been, alive for a couple of hours, but I've never heard anyone being this wrong before.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll learn. You'll learn.
Perhaps now that you have kind of made it into a less dangerous part of the Heleg Var is a good time for your DM to ask you, what's the plan, my guys? What are we doing?
Well, let's see. Let me pull up my handy-dandy notes tab of things that I need to keep in mind.
Yeah. I mean, we now have dragons. Which is great. But we might want to keep them sort of secret.
Yeah, I feel there would not be a risk if we go to... Who's it? Maeve. If we go to Maeve, she's not going to try to take our dragons, right? We made a promise with her that we would bring her stuff if we found it, but
technically speaking, you made a deal with her that if you found magical things in Marwood Manor, you would bring them back to her. But it was very specifically about objects, and you have fulfilled that promise. You showed her the Ryldran.
Right, okay.
And then she got you out of jail, which I believe that you now owe her a nebulous favor. And she has said to keep her appraised of interesting things on your journey. But in terms of, keeping a specific promise, you have kept your specific promise. That was specifically about what you found in Marwood Manor.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I feel like she would be the most trustworthy person to that would know about the dragons and wouldn't like tell other people. So I feel like if we wanted to learn more, we could go to her and be like, "Hey, remember those Ryldran? Did you know? Fun fact: those were dragon eggs." And then talk to her about that. So that's one thing on my mind. But I'll
Yeah.
also open up what the two of you were thinking.
The only other thing I could think is we could try to go to the what is it? The mage, the Citadel.
Citadel.
Yeah,
Hadn't
and
done-
see if maybe we can find out something more there about dragons, but we don't know anybody there yet.
Geographically, also, you're a good ways north of Cold River, while the Citadel is a good ways south of Cold River. It's probably 3 or
So-
4 days walking to get back to Cold River, and probably another 4 days after that to get down to the Citadel.
Okay, so we
Cool.
could go to Cold River, talk to Maeve, keep going
Yes.
south, go to the Citadel.
You could
That
maybe,
works.
if you
That
really
sounds-
sort of took the express route, shave a day off that journey to get to the Citadel by avoiding Cold River. But Cold River
Mhm.
is sort of on the way.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that sounds like the best course of action to me.
Try and get some answers.
Yeah.
Also, I
Because
don't-
we still don't know what we're supposed to do now that we've found the Heleg Var, right? We've got to still defeat this guy, but we don't know exactly what's going on, do we?
I don't think we yet know.
I
all
hit
the-
my head pretty hard when I passed out. I feel like it's been like a month.
Yeah, all I have, I mean, I have big all caps things from when we learned when you were possessed, and big in my notes is stop Volan's plan. Volan is wine guy. So that's like my
Yeah.
main
Yeah,
course.
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
need to deal with that somehow.
And last that you knew, the Vintner was headquartered in Cold River.
Mhm.
Right.
So
Yeah, and he's at the other
at Vitari's pub is
At
was
Vitari's
the
pub.
lead that you had at the time.
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll
He
see.
could be, yeah.
But like a lot has progressed since then. A lot of stuff has gone down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think heading to Maeve and trying to be as incognito as possible since, we've got 3 dragons and
Mhm.
also we're maybe wanted
Yeah.
for
Mhm.
crimes.
You did
Um,
break out of prison, it's true.
Yeah.
Pretty
Mhm.
Yeah.
sneaky. Keep our eyes and ears open. Also, I think I have a vampire bite. Just
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah, I think
Noting
you
that.
do. So we might want to stop at a temple or something. Maybe.
Get that looked
Yeah.
at.
Yeah.
we can see what happens. But I think maybe.
I prefer not
yeah.
to see
Yeah.
what happens. But it's your body, it's your choice.
No. I think we've had enough vampires.
Yeah.
We'd like
Yep.
to leave that chapter behind us.
Yes,
If you know what I mean.
Mhm.
I think I do.
As you're
Right.
talking about all of this, the silver dragon is napping around Helena's shoulder, while the bronze and gold dragons are tussling on the ground playfully.
Adorable. Adorable.
cute.
Glad they are true to brand, being cute as heck at all times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Satus, your dragon is kind of a fire dragon, maybe?
Yes, and yours appears to be ice dragon, and Emma or Cal's appears to be a food dragon.
Food dragon, yeah.
The best kind of dragon.
Yeah.
A hungry dragon.
Yeah. He's a growing boy.
Yeah, just big eat 'em up guy. I love it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So I think let's head to Maeve and see what she can tell us about dragons and anything else before we see if we want to do other stuff in Cold River or head on over to the Citadel.
Cool.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All steam ahead, but covertly.
Alrighty. You march through the room with all of the objects in the mirror puzzle. You march through everyone's absolute favorite room, the countdown puzzle room. You march
Good times. Good
through
times.
that sort of auditorium-like entrance into the Heleg Var and arrive at the hidden doorway behind the waterfall in that sort of cave area. Quick perception checks from everyone, please, as you sort of exit the that sort of like hidden doorway and step back into that cavern.
What kind of check? I'm sorry.
Perception, por favor.
Perception.
Perception.
That is a natural 1 plus 6 for a 7. I am just focused on my dragon.
Satus is like, oh my god, you guys, I have got a dragon.
Yeah.
You guys seeing this?
How'd everyone else do?
Oh, I also got a natural 1. I'm really
Solidarity.
I've got a dragon, you guys.
Dragon. Satus and Helena are just freaking out about dragons.
I did not do much better. I got a 3.
Great. Don't sweat it.
Yeah.
And all our 3 heroes are killed by the giant avalanche that none of them noticed, thus ending the campaign.
Great. All right. Cool.
God.
Who is walking? Like, what's the walk-in order, please?
I'm first.
You're first. Great.
Yep. Neil Silver.
So you sort
Oh
of.
yeah, we gotta name our dragons.
Yeah. We'll come back to that in just a
Yeah.
moment, perhaps. As you sort of step through sort of the little rocky terrain ledge path that lets you sort of access this behind the waterfall cave, Helena. As you sort of step out, you are suddenly buffeted by just a downpour of rain and just these incredibly violent winds that you realize you weren't able to hear because of the sound from the waterfall. It is a violent, very, very heavy storm happening outside with a pitch black sky, aside from these blasts of thunder around you. Could I have a constitution check, please?
Here we go. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh,
From all of us?
Just from Helena, please. Just from Helena.
Oopsie doopsie.
Helena's the only one that has stepped into this madness so far.
Ooh.
Okay. 13 plus 3, 16.
Okay, great. With that, you are not hurt, but it is sort of that sensation of kind of stepping outside into unexpected cold and just that feeling of unexpectedly getting punched just by the sudden drop in temperature. And again, just sort of this like very powerful, almost razor sharp wind that just almost knocks you back. It would actually take physical strength and exertion to kind of move forward into this maelstrom.
Oh. I think I should warn the others. It's pretty cold out here. How's my little
You
dog?
all now notice the thing that you didn't notice a second ago. By the way, your dragon is like looking up and seems to be very, very intrigued by what is happening out there. You all 3 now notice the thing that you didn't a moment ago, which is that you can see your breath, which was not the case when you entered here a couple of hours ago. It was
Interesting.
briskly cold, but it seems to have taken sort of a turn for like depths of winter cold.
Satus is going to use his little dragon friend as a hand warmer.
Oh. I think I'm gonna try to tuck my little guy into my cloak.
For once, it is extremely pliant. It does not
Okay.
seem to like the idea of being out in that rain.
Yeah.
I think I would do the same, especially because I would worry that the cold in the water would not be fun for the fire guy. But I certainly kind of arrange him in a spot where it's like, oh, it's like right like here. You know how like football
A little
players
pouch.
sometimes put their hands like, in, to keep the hands warm. It's like that. It's like right there, so I can put my hands in every now and then if I want to keep them warm.
Oh.
Cool. All right, but we are charging. We're charging forward.
Yeah, let's keep on moving.
Yeah, I
right.
think so.
Cool. I think then, first of all, I will need strength checks from everyone, and I will need Constitution saving throws from Cal and from Satus as you step into this.
Okay. What should we do first?
Let's do the strength checks first.
Okay.
Okay. Strength, I got a 7.
All right.
Strength.
Oh, wait. Did I get a? Yeah, my strength is still +0, so that's a 7.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is 9.
Mm-hmm.
Got a 19.
Great.
That's good. That's much better.
Nice. You're very strong.
Yeah.
Amy rolled today, but
So,
Yeah.
Helena, you sort of, arm yourself with vigor and courage and step into this and are able to sort of take a couple of very sturdy mountain goat-like steps into the storm. Cal and Satus, it's like that old, I think it's a Buster Keaton movie where he's trying to walk into the wind and more or less just staying in place. It is, you are trying to walk into a hurricane. The hurricane is not cooperating. You are not making a lot of progress at all. Now those Constitution saving throws, please, from Satus and from Cal.
Okay.
All right, that is a 13 + 2 for a 15.
All right.
That is a 9 + 5 for a 14.
Everyone is all right, but you are not making a lot of headway in this storm. This is something else. You have never seen a downpour like this.
So you guys aren't really moving forward.
We're trying.
I'm more of an inside person.
Uh-huh. I mean, should we stop or should we join hands?
Ooh, that could help.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
Overhead, there is a blast of thunder.
Oh God. This is not fun.
Yeah, maybe we can link shoulders and kind of move as a unit.
Anti-storm beast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. In that case, let's have a new strength check from Cal and from Satus if you are joining up.
Okay.
Natural 1.
No.
What a bad rolling day for me. Come on, dice. Come on.
And that's a 13 for me. Not the worst.
Helena, strength check, please.
Sure. Oh dear. 2 + 3, 5.
Can I have a dexterity saving throw from everyone, please?
Oh, 19 + 3 for a 22.
Nice.
Natural 20.
Nice.
18 + 1 for 19.
Nice.
All right.
You all
we are dexterous.
You all
We get it?
stumble, and you come so goddamn close because it's rock, it's wet, it's slippery. You almost fall off the path into sort of the freezing pool that the waterfall sort of flows into. You are able to avoid this fate, but it's a pretty close thing.
Oof.
I think can I say, because I rolled a natural 20, that my dragon almost fell out of my grasp and I reached out and grabbed him.
Sure.
Okay,
Cannon.
Cannon. Okay, should we keep going?
I don't know if that's going to work. I mean, I'm all for doing things over and over, but
I mean, it's either that or go back, right?
Man, going back doesn't seem particularly wise.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we have anything we can do to fight weather.
Over you. Another blast of thunder.
did we ever have anything that could fight weather? No, we.
I don't
Agreed.
think so. That is some higher level magic than anything that you guys have been
Right.
around.
Perhaps.
I think that's like a 7th level spell that would let you be like, no, this storm is not happening anymore. It's now a sunny day.
Okay. Is there anything that we're planning on? Do we need to climb up? Is that, or we just need to keep going forward?
Right now, it's kind of keep going forward. Like there will you are kind of in the middle
Okay.
of some hills. Like, eventually there will be sort of, even if you take the path of least resistance, just kind of prioritizing easy terrain over a quick path, you will eventually need to, at the very least, walk up a steep hill. But
Okay.
right now we are kind of talking making it out of like the stony outcropping that leads back into the Heleg Var cave to just, normal steady ground.
Okay.
Just charge, hell for ever.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
All right.
Good.
Are we just charging forward?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I think
All right.
so.
Strength checks from everyone, please.
Okay.
Natural 20. Very all or nothing rolls for me today.
Yeah.
18
And
plus 3.
Very good. And I got a 17.
All right, folks. Now we're
Okay.
in
All right.
business. We are in
Okay.
miserable wet
We
business.
get knocked down, but we
Yeah.
get up again.
Yeah,
You'll never keep us down.
That's right. You should write that down, Satus. I like that.
Good.
Yeah.
I'll call it tub thumping.
I like that.
For
Oh, good.
reasons that no one will ever be able to explain. It's wet. It's miserable. It is bone-bitingly cold, but you force yourselves to walk forward
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just make it out of the stony outcropping and into just sort of the base ground level. And after a while, you are now marching not quite as exposed to the elements, but through sort of, a little bit of tree cover from the forest area around the entrance to this cave in the waterfall. That makes it a little bit easier, but also above you, you are just keenly aware of the trees swaying. You sort of hear a little bit of branches breaking from the wind. It is not a good time. In fact, after like a couple of minutes of walking, Satus and Cal, you start to hear screeching from your bags as your dragons are protesting the environment that they are in. Helena, your silver dragon, thrilled. Silver dragon is, all about this. It is mostly sort of just kind of like sticking its tongue out, trying to catch raindrops in its mouth, and seems to be thriving. But increasingly from the Satus and Cal dragons, it is just sort of very displeased, angry noises.
Okay. Can the dragons see at all? Are they just like in our bags, or are there like little heads popping out? Or...
Their heads don't want to be popping out right now. They are trying to, as much as possible, be contained within your cloaks and bags.
Okay, because I was gonna maybe cast dancing lights and make them dance, if you will, to try to distract the dragons from how miserable it is.
The silver dragon might enjoy that.
Okay, that's fine. So it'll help us see anyway. So I will cast a few, let's say 4 dancing lights, and have them just like circle around each other.
Great.
Look, isn't that pretty?
The silver dragon watches them entranced.
Yeah.
So hardy.
She's so cute. You're cute too. You're cute too.
If only we had a tiny hut.
If only we had a tiny hut.
That was a 3rd level spell I could have taken, but I did not. Tiny hut, alas.
Alas.
Really, it's a shame. Tiny hut really would have came in handy.
Yeah.
As you keep marching through this awful storm, Constitution saving throws from everyone, please.
All right.
That's
10
another.
plus 2 for a 12.
That is another natural 20 for me.
Let's go.
Plus 5.
Ooh, extra spicy.
And Helena?
13.
How much?
13.
13?
Mhm.
Helena and Satus, this gets to you, man. Like, this is hard. Like, you are fighting every step of the way. It's cold, it's dark, it's miserable. You sort of hear, like, tree branches snapping all around you. At a certain point, you're tired. You take the first level of exhaustion. Which, let me just find where that is in my here little thing. Oh, maybe I don't have it in my handy dandy reference guide. Let me just Google that for one moment. All right. With level 1 of exhaustion, you have disadvantage on all ability checks. You are just tired.
Oh no.
On top of that, Satus, you take 9 points of cold damage.
Whoa, okay.
And Helena, you take 7 points of cold damage.
What?
You are starting to tremble and shake quite badly on top of being very exhausted. Or not very exhausted. You're starting to be exhausted.
Why is this place trying to kill us?
I don't know. All my fire stuff is just attack spells, unfortunately. But I could try to attack some stuff with fire and then we can go warm ourselves.
If it gets really dicey, I have some curing that I can do for us, but if
Okay.
we just want to keep trudging through, we can trudge through. I just don't know what other approach there is except for to try to get the heck out of this storm.
Yeah, I mean, if we stay here, unless we have a tiny hut to stay in, then I...
What a hilarious jape.
But yeah, I mean, if you guys are okay, I think we should keep going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we can do.
All right,
Okay.
cool. Roll me strength checks, everyone. Helena and Satus now with disadvantage.
Okay. Okay.
I got an 8.
Oh boy.
Not great.
I got a 3.
Oh boy.
Got a 13 plus 6, 19.
Once again, Helena is able to kind of lead the charge, despite the cold and the shaking and the sort of beginnings of hypothermia. But unfortunately, you kind of get to this point where you need to cross a clearing. Just sort of like the tree line runs out, and once it's open road, it gets so much harder and so much colder, and you're so much more exposed. The wind is just harder and harder, and it's just feeling like it's taking you hours to make the barest of progress. Can I have a survival check from everyone, please? Satus and Helena with disadvantage.
Okay. That's okay. Oh, 20. Let's see if I can get another one. That is a 7.
Oh boy.
I have a 6.
I got a 5.
This feels concerning. This feels
Yeah.
perhaps like you should be concerned about the storm.
Okay.
Okay.
Beyond that, you're not entirely sure what else you could do here, but this feels concerning.
Okay.
Storm goes everywhere, right? There isn't a direction we could go where there's beautiful blue skies.
Yeah.
No, it's the sky all around you is very dark.
Okay, I do have something that I think could help. If I utilize one of my 3rd level spell slots, I can cast on 2 people enhance ability, and then I could give my 2 friends here Bull's Strength, which would give everybody advantage on strength checks and double their carrying capacity. So at the very least, if we want to trudge through, I can help you 2 be better rollers.
And I just do want to clarify that what that would do for Helena is it would neutralize the disadvantage and just bring you back to normal. Cal,
Right.
you would get advantage.
I would get advantage.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you're willing, I
Yeah.
guess if you're willing to do that, I mean, at this point, what are our choices? Either we,
Go to the treehouse.
yeah,
You could try to find shelter. Like you could try to find somewhere to camp
Okay.
and wait for the storm to pass. Like that is an option.
okay.
I mean, we do still have a literal clock that is counting down, and I don't know that we want to be spending time not progressing towards trying to stop whatever it is signifying. So I'm more
That's
than happy to cast
true.
a spell to help you all out, and hopefully we can just trudge our way through.
Okay. We can definitely try.
Here's to trying.
All right, are we casting enhance ability?
Yeah, let's do it. So yeah, when you cast a spell using a spell slot or 3rd level or higher, you can target 1 additional creature for each spell slot. So I can target 2 people.
All right, great.
Okay. Cool.
Alrighty. Let's have another round of strength checks from everyone, just to sort of see how well you were able to keep walking in this goddamn wind.
And my strength's disadvantage,
Yours is still disadvantaged, Mike. Yes.
Okay. Oh, well, I got a 3 both times, so it doesn't matter.
Ooh.
Well, I could roll twice, but I got a natural 20.
Oh.
Again, this is my 3rd natural 20.
Let's go. Love to hear it.
What's going on?
Helena?
Got a 6.
6. Cal, you're starting to sort of feel Helena and Satus starting to kind of give out. You sort of are a little bit doing... You're not quite carrying them, but you are definitely sort of helping them lean on you for support as you sort of keep going forward.
Okay.
But fortunately, you have now been walking in this storm for about 3 hours. You have arrived at another sort of you've arrived at another tree line, and the going gets easier as you sort of now have, again, a little bit of cover.
Okay. And I do want to, I'm not going to like search necessarily, but I do want to keep an eye out for like any like bundles of sticks or anything, or like a bunch of sticks or anything that I could put together and like make a fire real quick.
Okay.
Just to, if we have some cover.
Yeah, roll me, I think just a d20, honestly.
Okay. Ooh. That's a 3.
It's all pretty soaked.
Okay.
It's this
Okay.
wind is, like there's water coming from every direction with the wind effectively.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you are walking forward, you do notice this rocky formation, part of which juts out, sort of creating this little shelf area underneath it, where there is no rain falling. Sort of a little bit of an effective dry area, though.
Let's go there.
Let's go there fast.
Yeah.
Love it. Yep. Yep. Run.
Fast.
It doesn't do much for the wind. The wind is still very freezing and biting, but like it is an immediate relief to be out of the rain.
Okay.
Lovely.
Everything we've been through, I didn't think we'd be defeated by weather.
I know. Weather, my only weakness.
This is heavy weather though. Like this is you have never seen a storm like this.
Oh, no,
Okay.
hailstorm.
All three of your dragons are doing okay, although the silver dragon seems to be enjoying themselves immensely, while the gold and bronze dragons seem highly miserable.
Glad somebody's having a good time.
The silver dragon kind of like bounds a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least she can keep our spirits up.
Yeah, she's so cool.
Yeah, she's very cool. You're cool too. Say down to my little dragon.
It
Little
sort
bronzy.
of, like lets out a little sneeze and kind of shivers a little bit next to you.
Oh. I give it a little bit of cheese.
It grumpily eats the cheese. All right, we've been playing for a little bit over an hour, so I think let's take a break now that you guys have gotten
Okay.
to a little bit of a dry spot. Let's
Okay.
take 5
Okay.
minutes, stretch our legs, and then we'll be back to see what is going to happen from here on back. From here on out is what I
Yeah.
meant to say. Excuse me.
And for those of you who either don't recall or maybe this is your first time on the stream, we do pause the stream
Mhm.
and then come back just for Gabriel's computer's sake.
Yeah, for my CPU
Yeah.
not exploding reasons.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. See you all then.